This is your one and only Firespark81 with your daily dose of video goodness. We're back playing some more Starbound, and today we're going to learn about Colonists and the Colony system. We have a little bit of talking to get through first, so bear with me for a second here and then we'll get to the good stuff, but I got a lot of info you need to know. The first thing I want to talk about is the difference between villagers and merchants. Not only can merchants sell high-level weapons, and we'll get to more of that here in a second, they also have a 5% higher chance to give you pixels when you collect rent from them than a villager does. Because of this though, their chance to give you other random crap like weapons and of course seeds is a little bit lower. So let's talk about why you may want a colony of merchants instead of a colony of villagers. Merchants sell armor and weapons that's equal to the level of planet that they are on. So for example, if you're on a level 1 planet, they're going to sell level 1 gear. If you're on a level 6 planet, they're going to sell level 6 weapons and armor and below. So you could get anywhere from level 6 gear to level 1 gear depending on what RNG has to say about it when you spawn in the merchant. A good example of this is the 2 grenade launchers that you see here that I'm dual wielding. I got from this moon base that I'm on. I spawned in some merchants and they had it and I was like, those are awesome, so I bought them. But you could easily get this type of item on a level 6 planet as well if you didn't want to do a moon base. Also keep in mind that all colonists, merchant and non-merchant, will pay you more money depending on how dangerous the planet is. Building a colony on a more dangerous planet, like a level 6 planet, is going to get you more money each time you collect rent than a level 1 planet will. So merchants can be a great option for setting up your colony because not only do you have a constant supply of random consumables at your fingertips, but you also have the option to buy high-level weapons and armor. And they still have a chance to pay you rent with random weapons and armor, and all the other random stuff that you normally get. While this is a slightly smaller chance than a normal villager, there's still a chance. Okay, so now you're thinking, well, that's freaking awesome. I'm just going to make a huge farm of merchants. Well, not so fast. Let's talk about some of the downsides. The downsides to using merchants and not just the normal villagers is while you can buy high-level weapons from them, out of all the testing that I did, I never once saw a wand or a shield for sale. Now, like I said before, they still have a chance to pay you by giving you a wand or a shield, but you'll never see one selling one. Also, the space to house them needs to be a little bit bigger than the space you need to house a normal villager. Okay, so now that I've given you a bunch of stuff to consider, let's talk about spawning these guys and I'll show you the minimum requirements you need to spawn them in. Okay, so I have 2 little setups here. Let's start with this one first. So if you just want to spawn in a plain old normal villager, this is the smallest possible housing you can have. The only thing that it's going to look for is the light and the door, and you need just enough room to place the colony deed. So if I place it, it's going to look for a second and bam, there we go. We have our colonist. So you could pack these in as tight as you want and have tons and tons of colonists. This is the smallest it can be. Now, we can make some slight variations on this and spawn in specific colonists because when you're spawning them in, it takes into account the door and the lighting used. So if you use a racial door and racial lighting, so we'll swap those out and we will place another colony deed and we should get a florin. There we go. Now this isn't 100% every time, but I would say it's about 98% every time. If we remove that, we'll place it again. And there we go, another florin. So the same thing will work if you want to summon in Apex, just use an Apex door and an Apex light. Okay, now this house over here. This is the smallest area I was able to get to summon merchants. I'm going to show you now how to spawn in each of the race's merchant version. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to do the humans. For the humans, you're going to need 2 metal crates. Luckily these stack, which is nice. So if you were going to do humans, you could make a much smaller area. Could actually bring it in to about here. So, but I'm going to place this colony deed here for now and we'll show you it should spawn in a human merchant. There we go, no problem. Okay, the next thing I'm going to show you is the glitch. For the glitch, you're going to need 2 small barrels. There we go, glitch merchant. And this will continuously work. Like, I tested this super thorough. If I place this again, every time it's going to spawn me a glitch merchant. And another thing you can do and keep in mind is if you don't like the items that they have, just delete the deed and place it down again and spawn in a new one. Okay, now for the the 3-eyed water people. You know who I'm talking about. You're going to need the classic desk. Now you want the classic desk with the little green strip across of it, because there's 2 different classic desks. There's one that will summon Apex, and then there is this one. This is the one you want with the little green strip across the front. So we're just going to place 2 of those. Place the colony deed. And bam, there you go. Next up is the Apex, and for this one you want the cool desk. You're going to need 2 of those. You're going to stack those just like you did the other stuff. Place your colony deed. And there you go, Apex. He's ready to sell you some stuff. Okay, now the avian one is a little bit different because you need 3 items. You need this small empty market stall, and then you need 2 of the old chests. So what you're going to do is you're going to place the market stall down, and then you can place these anywhere you want. I just place both of them on top, and then place the deed, and there you go, avian. Now, one last merchant I want to touch base on is the chef merchant, just in case you want to buy food and have the option. He or she is considered a merchant and should still have the same pixel ratios for paying rent that any other merchant does. All you're going to need is the standard issue refrigerator and the kitchen tools. Now for the standard issue refrigerator, I want to say you can scan that in Apex villages. I'm not 100% sure. The kitchen tools, you can find that in the glitch villages. So if I place both of these down and place our colony deed, I should get a chef. There we go. Now this one is random too, and it's probably most of the time going to be either an Apex or a glitch because of these 2 items. You may be able to influence it a little bit more by changing the light and the door. Also, keep in mind that when you are using this trick that I'm showing you to summon each of these specific races, the door that you want is just the plain old wooden door that you learn how to craft when you create your crafting station that lets you make the furniture. And the lighting, you want to make sure that you use generic type lighting, like this is the ship light. This light right here, the LED wall light, will work just as well, depending on which ones you want to use, but just make sure it's generic lighting. If you use non-generic lighting and you use themed lighting that has a racial tag on it, like we have here with this Florin light, it will mess up your spawns and you will not get the correct spawn that you're trying to get. However, if you keep everything else generic and you use the items that I showed you here, you will get the race that you're trying to get. Well, that's going to call it for this episode. If you enjoyed this video, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought. Also, leave a comment and let me know if you like the new intro or not. If you're shy and you don't like to comment, just hit that thumbs up button and show your support. Lastly, if you're not doing it already, make sure you're following me on Twitter for all the new updates and stuff on the channel. Until next time, thanks for watching.